All right, what's going on? Here's a day trading recap of today, Friday, May 13th. Friday the 13th, 2022. I also kept that in my head. You know, you never know. Friday the 13th, it's pretty much a wild card. Could be, could have your biggest losing day ever because it's Friday the 13th. So nothing was really going on pre-market. I think I had a couple trades. I was up like 40 or 50 bucks. Gave it all back at the open on VERU, and then on VERU again. You got this nice red to green at 10 o'clock, which I did capture this breakout here. I was in like over $3,000 position size on this one, on this first push here, and then I started to size down because, you know, I'm used to these stocks in the past 2-3 weeks. They pop up and then they start fading, and past performance is not indicative of future results, and this one ended up having some solid continuation. I could have definitely doubled my profit from there, but I decided to size down 50% because, well, it's already past 10 o'clock and the market's been slow. So, you know, I don't want to give back any of the profits that I made on VERU on this first push. I already had a very rocky morning, as you can see here. I was green, I was up 40-50 bucks, and then I gave it back to red 40 bucks, and then scalped my way back to break even. So pretty much, you know, I was at zero, pretty much zero. I was already like willing to just throw in a towel for a scratch day. And, you know, I was like, you know, my last hope right now is VERU. If VERU can just, I don't know, somehow just start ripping through the high, that's my last hope for getting green on the day. That was my mindset. And it ended up going 2 minutes after I thought that to myself, or I said that to myself, it started ripping up, and I started trading it, and I made a nice 75 bucks on this first breakout and scalped on the uptrend here, and I finished the day up $103.64. So definitely a solid day. But, you know, I definitely wish I got in bigger share size on this pullback and got aggressive on this bear trap. So there were three solid setups that were in my wheelhouse here. So first, the breakback over VWAP on higher volume, very strong green candles with the high a day at 1174. Adding into this breakout, okay, I was very aggressive. I was in over $3,000 position size on that one. And then the pullback here, I waited for the pullback to the 90 MA. I started, you know, I sized down already half because I thought we wouldn't see much continuation. Very skeptical of any continuation. Here we might see a move. I'm going to keep it small size, 25 shares increments if I do trade this. Pulling back a lot. Not looking good there. Okay, so I lost 10 bucks off the top there. We'll see what happens here. If it rejects off the lows and then also retests the level, then I would definitely consider trading it. See, the thing about giving money off the top, it always feels a little bit, it feels a little bit, it stings a little bit. You know, I just lost 10 bucks off the top, you know, whatever, 10 bucks, not a big deal. But, you know, I was up $100. I was up, you know, 3 figures, and now I'm up 2 figures. So mentally, it feels like I just made a giant mistake. But in reality, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. So the worst thing you can do is to start now sizing back up and trying to make that back. But if it does come back up and perform a bear trap like it did here, then I will just stick with my 25 share increment. Let's see what we get here. Come on, this could be it. Come on. All right, took it all off there. Took some off early. It seemed to, you know, see the volume is a little bit lighter here. Let's see what happened. Back up to 103.45. So I made net 25 cents on this whole move here. Sort of embarrassed, but that's just how I trade. Now you see this candle got sold into pretty heavy. We'll see if it gets back over 1369. It may give some continuation, but you can see here on the 180 day, you got some resistance here under $14. If you break $14, then you could potentially have a move up to $15, $15.40, $15.50. If it breaks that, then you're looking at $17.50. And if it breaks that, well, then I think the sky is the limit. So, but you can see some sort of divergence here. So you got some descending volume there on an uptrend. That's actually a signal of a pullback or a sort of short-term bearish. So just keep that in mind. However, this would have been a good trade here. The reclaim of the 90 MA. I was a little bit slow to get in my first entry just because of the recent market condition. It just hasn't been very strong the past week or two. And so that definitely puts a hesitation on a lot of traders, especially, you know, at least what I've been feeling, just to sort of manage risk a little bit. Let's see. Okay, looks like popping back up. I think I'm done. I'm going to finish finishing the day up 103.45. So I think I'm done there. If it really starts to rip up on high day volume again, then I'll get back on it and see if I can catch a dip. But, you know, I think that the responsible thing to do on a Friday at 10:30 a.m. after I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours is to take my profits and get the heck out of here. So I'm just going to review the trades here. Let's go over to AFRM. This one doesn't want to show me my trades. There we go. So this one popped up on a nice strong green candle. The high was at 25.49. And I thought we'd see a break of that, so I started sizing on this pullback a little bit aggressive, 200 shares, 300 shares. But you never really got that. So I took it off for break even. We never really got that volume to come back up towards the same candle as this one was. So I kind of just took it off for break even. And then that was it. That was a break even. And then on VERU, I traded here pre-market. This was popping up. Pullback. I bought a dip here. Maybe see some continuation off of this level of the 90 MA. Took a 4-cent gain here. Pullback. So this is like ABCD setup, bull flag. And you got a nice move up through the high here. Nice breakout there. I think it was up 50 bucks or so going into the open on VERU. Here we got a nice dip and rip, 150 shares for a nice 10 cents there. Taking off into the extension. However, I was too early for the dip and a rip. And I started buying for, oh shit, VERU is moving up. VERU no holds barred. Let's get on this baby. Let's see what we got. Still got that divergence. That's really throwing me off here. But wow, break of 14 is pretty impressive for this. This is a higher float, 60 million float. going to keep this on there, right? Oh, man. Wow, there we go. We broke some major resistance. Am I going to buy this dip? We're going to buy the dip. Okay. Man, this is giving some good opportunity. Wow, what a Friday. Holy crap. Okay. Man, let's look at the 5 minute. Oh, it's so extended. Oh man, I just can't get myself to get on at this high. Yes, that would have been a great 1 minute pullback for the break of the new high, but it's very, very extended. I don't know. The news ain't that great. All right, we'll go back to the review. So I started sizing in for the pullback a little bit too early, and then it flushed all the way down here. I had to cover my loss in case it did make another leg down. I would have been severely in the red, but I gave back. This is an $80 loss actually on this pullback. So I went from up 50 to down 30, and then this candle, of course, finally when I stopped out at the low, finally reclaims back up to VWAP. And I started chasing it again, looking for the break of VWAP. Got a couple cents. Then it flushed back down again. On this trade here, I scalped my way back to break even. So plus $30, back to $0 on the day. And then out of nowhere, we got this huge move through the high. Started scalping off the low here. I didn't know we'd see a huge move like that. So, I kind of scalped here. And then I really should have held this position. I would have been up another $50. But then it ripped up this 1170. I was looking for it to break out. Wow, VERU is still going. And 400 shares. I got a nice 20 cents on 400 shares. That's an $80 win right there. Solid stuff. Okay, this is getting crazy. Man, oh my God. I haven't seen something like this in such a long time. It's awesome. It's really awesome to see something like this. I just have to control myself. I can't get back into this. It's 10:39 on a Friday. I'm up, I hit my daily goal of $100. I'm happy. So here, got a first pullback. This is when, after this breakout, I was already sized down. It was after 10 o'clock, kind of getting out of the window of time that I do really well in. But I should have stayed up on size. This was a nice 8-cent scalp. And then we had this bull flag here, retest the 90 EMA, rips up on some nice volume. I was in 75 shares. Again, small size. Got a nice gain into the extension. Added back for to break at 13. Got a break at 13. Here, a nice bear trap. Here, I thought we'd see a move back up, but I did a nice bottom bounce here, reclaiming the 9 EMA. Got a nice 7 cents on that. Here's a bear trap. Pull back to the 20 moving average. I did a panic dip buy here for a quick scalp there, and then it reclaimed the 9 EMA, and then that's when I was like, okay, this is a bear trap. This is still strong. Buyers are still on this, and started adding higher and higher, looking for a breakout, taking off into the retest of the high a day. Did get a false breakout. It could have been a red trade. Thank God I took it off near the highs. Here, this was that trade that I lost $10 on, and then I made the $10 back on the breakout. And now it is going, looks like, to the moon. Next stop is the moon. So we'll see. It looks like it might break 15 here. But that's it for me. I don't want to be chasing this on Friday at now 10:40. It might go higher, but it won't be with me. So I'm taking my $103 off the table. A solid week. On the week, I am up about $410 on the week, so pretty solid week. For me, I'm glad to take that off the table. It's awesome supplemental income right now. $400 a week, that's awesome. You know, if a year ago from today, if I thought that I would make $400 a week trading, I would be ecstatic. And you know what? I am ecstatic. So I'm going to take my $100 off the table. Happy with that. Don't want to risk any more at the end of a week at 10:45. So that's it for me, and I'll see you guys next week on the next day trading recap. All right, peace.